January 16th, a significant fire erupted at Vistra Energy's Moss Landing power plant in Monterey County, California.
This is the scene now over here at the Vistra energy storage facility at the former Moss Landing power plant. This thing is exploding. Look at that. It's just lighting up the night sky, and there's a huge plume of smoke over here. That advisory they issued earlier, that's definitely going to have to change, because if you recall, back in 2-3 years ago, they had a fire at the PG&E Tesla facility that forced the closure of Highway 1 and a shelter-in-place order. As far as we know, that has not been issued at this time. And this fire is much worse than what we saw back then when they closed the highway. And oh my God, look at that! Look at that!
The blaze, which began around 3 p.m., involved the facility's lithium-ion battery storage system and led to the evacuation of approximately 1,200 residents due to the concern over hazardous materials and toxic smoke. The fire consumed around 40% of the battery storage area and continued to burn for several days. Firefighters opted to let the fire burn out, as it is standard practice with lithium-ion battery fires, which are challenging to extinguish with water. Air quality monitoring by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency detected no harmful levels of hydrogen fluoride or particulate matter during the incident. In the aftermath, San Jose State University scientists reported elevated levels of heavy metals, including manganese, cobalt, and nickel, in the soils of the nearby Elkhorn Slough, a treasured protected animal sanctuary. These findings suggest potential environmental impacts from the fire. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. This incident has prompted calls for improved safety measures and stricter regulations for battery energy storage facilities. Monterey County officials have declared a state of emergency in response to the event. As of August 2023, the Moss Landing Energy Storage Facility in California was recognized as the world's largest lithium-ion battery storage system, boasting a capability of 750 megawatts. Moss Landing is very special to me and my family. My great-grandparents immigrated from Ireland, and my great-grandpa soon helped build the piers in Moss Landing. If you've ever been, Moss Landing is a very, very small town. My grandfather, who also worked for the pier, soon became an engineer and spent his whole career at the Moss Landing power plant, which was owned by PG&E. I grew up around the area. You might wonder, how does this affect me? Well, what's around Moss Landing is called the salad bowl capital of the world. So what's around Moss Landing? The agricultural heart of California, Moss Landing and surrounding areas. The region surrounding Moss Landing, Salinas, Castroville, Watsonville, Hollister, and Gilroy, is one of the most diverse and productive agricultural areas in the world. The combination of rich soil, coastal fog, and Mediterranean climate makes it ideal for growing a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, and specialty crops that are shipped across the U.S. and globally. Key crops in the region: leafy greens and vegetables, lettuce, iceberg, romaine, green leaf, butterhead, spinach and kale, broccoli and cauliflower, celery, Brussels sprouts, carrots and radishes, bell peppers and tomatoes, berries and fruits, strawberries, raspberries and blackberries, cherries, apples, apricots, peaches, plums, and nectarines, and specialty crops, artichokes, garlic, wine grapes, walnuts, and almonds. The region is a global leader in agriculture, with Salinas known as the salad bowl capital of the world for its dominance in leafy greens, making this coastal and inland corridor one of California's most essential farming hubs. How did this happen? Supervisor for Monterey County District 2, Glenn Church, was on Status Coop News being interviewed about this incident, and he happened to mention that this plant was rushed through during COVID, and he was not pleased with it. He also says this plant should be shut down. Let's take a look.
Ask, would you call on Governor Newsom to, at the moment, shut this plant down, to order it shut down?
It needs to be shut down. Yes. I mean, I haven't asked Newsom because I'd be doing the same thing we're doing with Vistra at this point, asking. We don't have that power. And I know he's kind of moving in that direction, but only he's looking at these older facilities.
It sounds like people are on their own, to be honest with you.
Yeah, kind of is.
Hey, it's short.
So, in my opinion, I would not be eating anything from the salad bowl capital of the world. Today at the grocery store, I saw plenty of items still being sold. I would not be eating anything from there. Check the labels and know your other options. I got produce that was from Arizona, and right now, that's the best we can do. So being concerned that I am, I found a Facebook group, Moss Landing Power Plant Vistra Fire Symptoms. I've joined it. So the EPA tested the air and said there was no problems. Well, I just asked the residents in this group who've all reported from as far as Santa Cruz Mountains to Spreckles and Salinas, Hollister. I saw that the residents posted that they are suffering conditions, reported symptoms like nonstop headaches, chills, stomach issues, lightheadedness and exhaustion, swollen lymph nodes, the taste of metal in their mouth. The listing for all the people in the group that have reported symptoms. As you can see, this is the Monterey Bay. Join the group, you'll see who lives around the area and the problems they are still experiencing. Here's the clovers in her neighborhood now. They don't usually look like that. There's some type of a fallout. The upsetting thing is there's a Valentine's Sunset special where you can right now go to Moss Landing and have a nice little shindig. What's a little lithium, you know? This is Christy from Slot Bunny, reporting on the news that matters to me and you. Thank you.